Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Unfiltered Perspectives. I'm Tara.
I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Leslie.
Today, we're going to have a little fun with a question that's harder than it sounds. Could you get by with just 10 wardrobe pieces? Not 10 outfits, 10 total items. I mean, shirts, pants, shoes, jackets, everything. I don't know. When you start counting, it gets interesting real fast. But we're talking about favorites, essentials, and what it would look like to really live with less, at least in your closet. This is Unfiltered Perspectives, where real talk leads to real growth, and every perspective is valued.
Oh, this is going to be fun, Tara. When
Mm,
your topic was going to be, you know what? It's not hard for me during the week because I have a uniform for work. So that helps a lot. I rotate those shirts and scrubs, pants, very easily. But then after work, because I don't do a whole lot, I don't
mhm,
go out. I have my basic pair of like tan capris, denim capris, maybe a pair of gray sweats, and my t-shirts, and they are also in rotation. So it's pretty easy. When it gets a little difficult, though, is my Sunday wardrobe.
Mm.
It's because I'm in church and I don't want people to start recognizing me by my clothing. So, the church clothes, that would be a little bit more challenging for me because, you want to dress up, you want to look your best. So that might be a little bit more challenging for me on Sundays.
mhm.
But it's very easy during the week.
You're making a skeptical face, Tara.
It
Mm,
was, wasn't it?
Well, because it's easy during the week, but that week has to include those Sunday clothes, so it would be hard. So would you be able to get by with your 10 pieces? Probably not.
You'll have to
What it sounds like.
Pieces.
If you could only keep 10 pieces, like, what would be the first thing you'd grab without even thinking?
We're talking about 10 pieces for what length of time?
As your wardrobe forever
But
I
until
do it.
until you
I
need to
can do this.
replace one.
no, absolutely not. No, no.
Kim, you
So
said
here's
you
the
could do
deal.
it.
People who are following will know that I am on this road trip, and so I have discovered that I actually can. And I didn't bring that much, and they're like things I'm thinking, I could have left this off the list. So my caveat here is assuming that my 10 pieces does not need to include like underwear
Yep.
and doesn't include shoes. Because if it includes shoes, something has to come off.
Yes, it includes shoes.
Gosh darn it. Okay. All right. If I'm including shoes, then here we go. One dress, one pair of yoga pants, and then one like nicer pair of stretchy pants, black, both pairs black, one long sleeve shirt, one short sleeve shirt, one hoodie.
She has thought this through.
I do. One cardigan. And to make it extra fancy, to dress up that dress when I want to, a pretty scarf. I'm doing my head like a pretty scarf. Oh, and a pair of jeans. So I think that leaves me at 9.
And
Oh,
you
no,
want
okay.
you
But if
going
I want to
commando?
bring
Are you going
what
commando? Because you have not mentioned any underwear at all.
No, we said it doesn't include underwear.
it
Oh,
doesn't include underwear. So that leaves me at 9. I would for shoes, I would include okay, if I don't get 2, I'm going to include a pair of like slip-ons. Not sneakers necessarily, but like comfy slip-on shoes that I could wear with pants and also that dress. And that's my 10. So I do think about this for even before this trip. I keep like a standard packing list so that if I'm going somewhere overnight or something, I could just easily pack. And so on my packing list, I keep like a handful of staples. But then when it came to this trip where I knew I'm in what, like week 7 or 8, I can't bring 7 to 8 weeks of clothes. So what are like the staples that I need that I'm going to be able to wear in different kinds of weather? And, assuming I'm going to get some washing machines along the way, which I have.
My, well done.
I listed it out just now just to make sure I was going to stay under 10.
I couldn't do it. Tara, I'm eager to hear.
Okay, so I didn't
Wait,
make
can
my
I just say one more thing about this outfit? So right now I'm wearing this green shirt. If you see any of my trip pictures, people are probably gonna think, well, goodness gracious, does she have any shirt other than that green shirt? Because almost all of my pictures I'm wearing the same green shirt.
Wow. I'm tempted to try this for a month now, just because I want to see if I can accomplish it.
Tara, what's your 10?
I'm just finishing up my list right now. Okay, so 1 pair of jeans, 2 pairs of yoga pants, but my yoga pants aren't like the legging kind. They're kinda look like kinda like dressy kinda pants, both black.
Mm-hmm.
2 T-shirts, 2 sweaters, and by sweaters, I mean, like, cardigan type sweaters, or I like the long, like, heavier kind of sweaters I can go over something. A pair of shoes, like the slip-on kind, and also a pair of sneakers. How many is that? That's like 9, right?
That's 9.
Mhm. Oh, I have to figure out something else. Okay, I know. So you know how, like, I like these, like, sleeveless kind of shirts? I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you call, like, ca they're not really camis because camis I think are tight, but it's, like, more loose kind of.
Yeah.
I'll wear a lot one of those,
Nice.
and that's it. And could I get by on that? Yeah, again.
I might take my jeans off and add a sleeveless shirt like you described.
Now I want to do a list because I didn't do a list.
But, I mean, honestly, I very rarely wear just, like, regular shoes, and so that pair of shoes can come off, and I could replace that with a pair of shorts.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, shorts. I remember the days when you didn't wear shorts.
I know, but now I do because I look good. Just kidding. I'm gonna take that part out. I'm taking
No,
that part
you
out.
put that in there. Okay, so I want to do 1 pair of capri jeans, 1 black dress, a pair of sweats or yoga pants, whatever you guys call them, 2 t-shirts, a cardigan, a jumpsuit. Where we at 7?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm kind of good with the 7.
Right?
Alright.
Yeah, I'm kind of good with the 7. I could probably do it. You said it includes shoes,
Yeah,
Right.
include shoes.
a slide, a white sneaker, and
Nice.
probably another dress. I love dresses.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. 10.
Very good. I had no dresses on my list because I very rarely wear dresses,
Mm.
so I wouldn't miss it.
I would take my jeans off and replace it with a dress if I needed to because I'm much more likely to wear a dress than jeans.
I am so we should put this wardrobe aside. We should do a challenge for one, well, maybe 2 weeks.
I'm gonna
For,
say I would
for
kick
a
this
month.
challenge in the butt.
We got to give it a month. Oh, can I tell you though? So the dress that I brought with me for this trip, I got from this company and I discovered them because they have this 100-day challenge. And then so I think they have a 30-day challenge and a 100-day challenge and you get like money back. But it's like, can you wear the same dress for 30 days and can you wear the same dress for 100 days? I'm not even going to try nothing like that. But people have done it like literally, not like I have this dress in 3 colors and I'm rotating between these 3 dresses. It's like the literal same
Same dress.
dress for 100 days. And they like add or take away different stuff to it.
Mhm.
But still, that's a lot. Even for 30 days, that seems like well, you know what? If I had a washing machine at home, I might be able to do it.
Wait, so you guys wanna do this challenge? Wanna do 2 weeks?
If I did this challenge, does my uniforms count? Because I come home and
Yes,
what?
it counts.
So I have to wear the same uniform to work every day, but that shouldn't count.
Unless you can wash it. That's the whole point of the challenge. I mean, that's the whole point of it. 10 pieces. We don't have to do the challenge.
No, I want
I know we got real quiet.
it should be our regular clothes though, not our uniform.
That's not what the thing is. It's 10 pieces.
And then you got to take a couple pieces off for the uniform. What would you take off? Take off what are the I don't know. I mean, I will say it really made me think about it really has like doing this trip and having so few clothes has made me think about how how I can just like do more with less. So I'm determined to just not buy any more. I'm just gonna see how long I can go without buying any new clothes.
Mhm.
Somebody once told me that anytime they buy something new, they get rid of something existing,
Mm.
which was like, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I uh, I very seldom buy anything new, but the last time I did get rid of some things. And they're still in a box in the corner because I boxed up some things. I didn't have
Yeah.
rid of it yet. Yeah.
awesome.
So, like, thinking about the 10 things that you would have in your wardrobe, what do you think that says about your style or your life right now?
Boring.
Oh. I think mine would be easy because all of my colors, as I've discussed before, are compatible, so I could easily just mix and match things, and they're all very comfortable.
Mhm.
So and I don't really have a life where I go out and do, like, fancy things, and so
Right.
it'd
Fancy
be
things.
I
If
don't
I
do
were
fancy.
working, it would be slightly different. If I were working, there would be probably just one pair of pants and I would and another dress. So if I'm working, I'm generally just wearing a dress and shoes and like maybe a dress. So I had my quasi work uniform, which was like a dress, tights, and a long cardigan. And that's like basically what you'll see me in every
Mhm,
day at work. And at home or when I'm not working, it is like basically like stretchy pants and a t-shirt, long or short or sleeveless depending on the weather, and a hoodie.
mhm,
Very simple. I like to not have to do a lot of thinking
mhm.
about how I'm dressing myself in the morning
Yeah.
or the night before.
Much as I love hoodies, I can't believe I didn't add that 10 pieces.
Well, I was about to say I love hoodies, but it would not be one of my 10 essential pieces because you can't mix and match it well with other
Yeah.
things.
You can layer it well with other things though.
But there's no point of layering it. If it's a hoodie, then
Yeah.
my shirts my shirts be hidden under it, so
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking more about temperature. Okay, so for example, on this trip, I've gone from like 80-degree weather to like 30-degree weather.
mhm.
And so having a hoodie is just like it's not about seeing the shirt. It is like literally about being warm when it's 40 degrees.
Well, that's what my cardigan is for. Have you ever held on to clothes for reasons that had nothing at all to do with wearing them? Like memories or whatever? What if thinking, anything like that?
Um, hoping that it'll fit again.
Oh, the stories. Yes.
Yeah, me too. I've held on to things. There are 2 shirts that I have. Actually, no, I don't have one of them anymore, but they belong to daddy, and so I have
Mm,
that, and okay, so people give me clothes, and I don't always wear the clothes that they give me because they're not my style, but I do hold on to them anyway
mm,
because I guess because I would feel bad getting rid of them.
yeah.
Even though I know I will never, ever, ever, ever wear them wear them.
Let me tell you. So I gave somebody a gift recently and they thanked me very much and then said, but this is not really my style. Would you mind if I gifted it to somebody else who would wear it? Which I thought was very graceful
Mhm.
and super appreciated.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have some of my mother's jewelry that I'll never wear. I have a silk scarf that has her name on it. And I have my dad's bathrobe
Mm.
that I actually do wear.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's hanging on my back.
Yeah. I saw a picture of Amin, our brother. He was wearing a sweater that belonged to daddy. The
Mhm.
sweater, the one he always, always, always wore. And I'm like, "Well, how did he get that?" Because
Exactly.
that's the kind of thing I would borrow
Let me tell you this, I
if I
completely
could.
forgot that he had it, and when I saw it so when we started this conversation, in my memory, you were the one who had it. If I had remembered that he had it, you know I would've taking notes for it when I was there. JK, I'm not taking anybody's anything. Wink, wink.
You mentioned, like, having, keeping things because you might fit into it again, and I also have things like that, and I don't know that I'm holding on to it necessarily for that reason. Some part of it is just because I just don't really like throw things away. Although I never throw clothes away, I always give them away. But
Yeah.
part of it, I guess, is hopefully I'll never wear them again. But there's always that chance, like maybe I'll hold on to them because you never know, right?
You say
So
hopefully you'll never wear them again, but you hold on to them anyway. Why hopefully?
because I would rather not be that size anymore
Mhm.
again.
So bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that part of the holding on to it is just to have it just in case. So do you think that there is a kind of freedom, or there might be kind of freedom that comes when you stop trying to be ready for everything? You stop trying to, prepare for what if?
So I've gone through a couple thoughts about this. One of my thoughts a while ago was that I tried to tell myself to help me be able to get rid of things is if you're not wearing it now, just get rid of it. And if you need it again or something like it again, you can always just get it. Now I'm trying to really do less of what they call fast fashion. So less like cheap available clothing. So I don't think it's true now that if I just need something, I can just get it because I'm trying to not just buy cheap clothes. And I do think there is a value in living as the person I am now, in the body that I have now, and doing the things that I do now. And so holding on to things that don't fit that are not helpful or useful to me. And so I try to get rid of them.
Mhm.
I I have a few pieces that I am holding on to in the hopes that I will get into them again, but I am not obsessing over it. I have just recently learned to start. How do I want to say this? Like I am starting to become okay with my body, with my size. I haven't always been okay with it. I had lost some weight and I gained it back. And I'm just getting to be okay with it. This is who I am. This is where I am. If I lose it, wonderful. And if I don't, I'm just getting okay with it. And that's just where I am. Whatever size I am now is the size I am.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I said, I boxed up some things that no longer fit or no longer or no longer in style because I had them for so long and they were comfortable. And I boxed them up and I put them aside to give away. And I bought a few new pieces, inexpensive pieces. Shout out to Shein. And and I'm okay with where I am. And if I get into those pieces, great. And if I don't, I'll box them up too. Yeah. I'm not obsessing over the weight thing at this.
Mhm. And I really do have stuff that, and Kim, you might notice, like, under the guest room bed, they're like these, like, vacuum yeah, they've been there for many years, sealed bags, I guess, and they're just filled with clothes that we don't wear anymore, and I held on to them for whatever reason, years and years and years. I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna get rid of these things this week. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do." But all this talk about cutting back or thinking about it made me think about scripture. And I think that there's a lot about how we handle what we have that can be found in scripture. And so I don't have one, I don't have two, I have
Yeah.
three relevant scriptures. The first one is Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 to 21, which says, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." And the second is First Timothy chapter 6, verses 6 and 7, which says, "But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world." And lastly is Luke chapter 12, verse 15. "And he said to them, take care and be on your guard against all covetousness. For one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." Why did I pick those? I think because when we think about a 10-piece wardrobe, it's easy to focus on the things that we're giving up, things that we don't have, our options, our comfort, and even sometimes a sense of security, just knowing that you have everything that you need right at right at your hands. But when I hear these verses, I think that it's clear that God has been telling us that life isn't about how how much we own or how much we store up, how much we keep. And sometimes I think that when we make the decision to follow God, it feels sometimes like letting go because you're giving up comfort, you're giving up control, and you're letting go of who you thought you were or who you thought you had to be. But the truth is, it's not really about losing anything. It's about gaining freedom. And really, when you stop doing that, right? When you're laying down, these extra things in your life, these extra clothes or what have you that you don't necessarily need, what you're doing is just laying down what was never really meant for us to carry in the first place. So
Right.
I think freedom comes when we trust that what God has given us is enough.
That's
And I
enough.
know that that's not really, talking about clothes or anything like that, but
No, get
to
it.
me,
Yeah.
that's how it hit me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It makes total sense.
Mhm.
Awesome. 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 Well, ladies, that was fun.
That was
So,
fun.
Are we doing this, 2-week challenge? 1-month challenge?
Let's do 2 weeks. Well, I don't think it's really fair that we do this 2 weeks while Kim is still traveling because she's already set. Let her
Well,
get home and back to all her other clothes.
back when she gets back. When
Uh,
you when are your travels done, Kim?
gosh, I don't know. Mid-May?
Okay. June.
Definitely by June 1st. I'm definitely back. Yeah, why don't we wait until June when I'm back at work because then I have the added challenge of actually showing up for work in these 10 pieces.
June 1st is good because then I don't have to do the uniforms anymore either.
All
Okay.
right, June it is.
All right. All right. So, guys, at the end of the day, it's not about how much we have. It's about what's really holding us up and filling us up, whether it's faith, values, or just choosing to live lighter, freer. Sometimes letting go is the very thing that sets us free. But let's be real. I think that if nothing else, this whole 10-piece challenge thing is going to prove one. I know I say that I can do it, but
The proof is in the pudding.
the proof is definitely gonna be in the pudding because 'cause I'm thinking, like, I'm not really willing to give up, my comfy sweatpants or even my hoodie that I can't make fit into my wardrobe. So it might work for, like, 2 weeks, but I don't know if it'll work,
We will see.
I don't know if it'll work forever, but anyway.
We're gonna invite the listening audience in to invite us in this challenge and come back and let us know how it worked.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun.
Mhm.
And do I have to, I mean, if I add my workout clothes into this, that takes at least 3 pieces out, and we haven't even talked about socks.
Well,
Yikes.
I count socks with underwear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
We can do it.
well, we can do it, we can do it. So, it's not about the size of your closet, it's about finding what really fits you. See what I did there?
I see what you did there. So
Anyway, thanks guys for tuning in. We'll catch you next time on Unfiltered Perspectives. Don't forget, a new episode drops every other Thursday. Make sure to follow, rate, and share so more people can join the conversation.
find us on the socials and tell us how you're doing with your 10 pieces.
Yes, we look forward to hearing from you on this challenge. If you're connected to us on any of our platforms, or if you're connected to us on our personal Facebook page, I'm going to put the challenge there. Let us know what your 10 pieces are starting June 1st. And we are excited to have you join us with this challenge. We will see you in 2.